Most goldsmiths don't have enough customers. If you don't have enough customers, it's because you do not advertise enough. And even if you did advertise enough to generate a lot of traffic, you do not have a system to actually get that traffic to actually walk into your shop consistently. Now, even if you get lucky enough and get prospects to actually walk into your shop consistently, by the way, you do not have a proven, reliable system to get them to buy custom made jewelry for high prices. Remember, consistent. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 steps to get people who actually walk into your shop to buy consistently so that you're not leaking out sales and losing sales. So my name is Lucas Acharya and I have generated over 60,000 US dollars for Goldsmith shops using this exact same system. So step number one is confirm why they are there, why they walked in. So confirm why they are there is basically asking questions that sound like this, like, why did you walk in today? Why today? Why not yesterday? Okay, so why do you need this thing? What are you actually looking for? Why do you need it by this time? So those are the sort of questions, and you can also ask questions in bulk. So, for example, why did you come in today? What was so special? What do you need? Right. So I asked three different questions there. Right. So those sort of questions, again, take your time because this is all about information. You're just gathering information to be able to insert the offer perfectly, right? So that's the step one. Confirm why they even walked into your shop. Why are they there, right? So those are the sort of questions you ask in step one. Once you know that, step two, repeat what they just told you the way they just told you. Okay. So this is super simple. This sounds stupid, but the reason we do this is that just this very simple thing, just repeating what they said back to them, is makes them feel that they were heard and clarifies everything. Right. So in this way, you can start step number two by saying, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. And then you just repeat what they said. Okay. You're here because of this, because you want this. You're here today because you saw the ad and you thought it was special. And obviously, you want this by this time. And you are looking for this thing, this custom made jewelry thing, because of this, right? Am I correct? Okay. So, and you want this because this is very important because this. Does that sound right? Am I correct? Did I get anything wrong? We're good? Yes. Okay, perfect. So that's the sort of way you kind of clarify and repeat what they just told you. Okay. Step number two is actually deep, dig deeper. So step number three is just gathering way more information about why they are there, what do they want, what they have done in the past to get what they want, why suddenly they just want this thing, or if they don't want it suddenly, for how long of a time they wanted it. So this is just getting way more information. You got the base information, you clarify that information so you both are in the same step, right? You're both together in this. You understand what they want. Dig deeper is get way more information, right? So the reason we do this is that we need to get all the information perfectly, all the most important stuff and why those most important things are there, why they are there, so that we can insert the offer in a very crisp way, in a very short way, and in a very crisp way. Okay. So after we have all the information we need, say, perfect. Step four, offer them exactly what they want the way they wanted it. So now, obviously, you can understand why we have the kind of 2 steps of information gathering, right? Is because we have to actually tell them, yes, exactly what you said. This is what you want. This is how you want them. This is by the time you want it. This is why you want it. This is how you want it to feel. This is how you want it to look, right? So all of these things, yes, we can do that for you. We can help you with that. Definitely. Right. So you repeat what you said. By the way, in this step, you repeat again what they said. Right. So you go back to step two and just repeat what they said. Okay. So You want this thing, you want this custom made jewelry wedding ring, right? You want it by this time. You want it to look like this because you want to feel this way when you wear it and with what you wear it with, right? You want it by this time, you want everything. You just repeat what they said. And then you said, oh, yeah, perfect. We can do that for you. Definitely. I promise you they will get excited because you just repeated what they wanted back to them and said, yeah, we can do that for you. Right. So offer them exactly what they want the way they wanted it. Okay? So that's step four. Step five is always to work through their excuses. So they are always going to have excuses after you say the price because obviously we want to charge high prices for our custom made jewelry, right? We want to charge high prices for them. So after you say the price, what they are going to do is get cold feet most of the time. Okay. So you're going to have to work through their excuses. Now, the way you do that is normally what they are not going to do is say directly, that's too expensive, goodbye. And then they leave. Normally, that's not what they're going to say. They're going to give you an excuse on top of another excuse, and you're going to have to work through those two excuses, two, three, four excuses to get to the actual point. It's expensive, right? So what they're gonna maybe say is that, "Let me think about it. This is really nice. I really like this, but let me think about it. I'll come back tomorrow." Right? They're gonna say something like that. Or they're gonna say, "I should talk to this with this about I should talk about this with my spouse, with my husband, with my wife, whatever. I have to talk about this with." Why do I have to talk? Because it's a big commitment, blah blah blah. They're gonna like those are some sort of objections, right? Those are excuses, to be honest with you. They like think about it. What are they gonna do if this if they say I'm gonna think about it? What they're gonna go back to their house, they're gonna sit down in their chair, they're gonna take a paper and a pencil and start like writing down all of the things they want about it, all of the things they don't want about it, why they need to think about what are they gonna do? They're just gonna go back to the home and never come back. Obviously, it's an excuse, right? And that doesn't mean they are doing something wrong. It's obvious that they are supposed to get cold feet after you say the price. If they don't get cold feet, by the way, if they don't say, oof, that's expensive, your prices are too low. Just by the way. Okay. So your job is to work through their excuses. Now, the way you do this, just to give you a sneak peek, is that you normally ask them, for example, if they say, I need to think about it, you go, totally understand. Let me ask you a question. What do you need to think about? Specific. Just curious. And then they're gonna say it's too expensive. And you're like, okay, perfect. And then you're going to go back to all of the things they wanted, right? And then you're going to say, then do you want this, right? Because they're gonna say they're gonna have a bunch of things that they want, right? They're gonna want the wedding ring. They're gonna want it by this time. They want it with this material. They want it to look this certain way. All of these things are features of your product, right? So each of these features will cost a certain thing. So you are going to say, you want this? Yes. You want this? Yes. Okay. So this costs this costs this costs this costs this. And in total, all of this is what you want? Yes. Great. So this is what it costs. You want to go forward? Right. Shall we do it? So you to get to the actual excuse, you ask them why. What is the thing you're thinking about? Perfect. I need to talk to my spouse. Perfect. Totally understand. Can I ask you something? What do you think they will object to you buying this wedding ring? What is the thing you think they will say no to? They will say the price. Perfect. You go to the price objects, right? You handle the price. So that's step five. That's the last part. Now, I'm just going to give you a couple of bonuses. The minute you close, you have to cross sell them, right? What does cross sell them mean? Well, let's say you can do a bunch of cross sells. So, for example, you can do two wedding rings, right? You can also do wedding rings plus wedding earrings. You could do wedding earrings plus, well, if they want wedding earrings, you go wedding ring, right? If you, I mean, you can do a bunch of cross sells. You can do different products. You can do better or more of the products that they just bought. So, for example, if they're buying wedding rings, you can say, you want another pair of wedding rings to go with that. You just cross sell them. This is basically just to add products to their shopping cart. Basically, in e-commerce, you would say that, so that you can obviously the sale can be higher, right? So that is the bonus. Always try to cross sell 100%. If you're upselling them, cross sell them with the upsell. If you're downselling them, cross sell them with the downsell. Always cross sell them, and obviously ask for a referral. Now, if you actually want the sales script, the full sales script of exactly what to say, how to say it, what tones to use, when to pause, you can go to you can click the link underneath this video and join this community. And then here in the classroom section of the community, you will be able to find the sales system and objection handling, and you'll be able to click in this little resource, and we have a bunch of Google Docs and a bunch of video resources just explaining you step by step how to say it, what to say, and you can just download the Google Doc and literally use that Google Doc with a paper while you're having a sale with them, and it will kind of look like a diagnostic sale.